What's up, everyone, and welcome back to A Dad's Life Show. My name's Christian, and here we talk about the good, the bad, the ups and downs of being a dad. And today, I want to talk to you about a conversation that I had with my son, Dean. He's 7 years old, he's going to school, and just the other day, we had Columbus Day. And it was really interesting. We were home, sitting, finishing up dinner, watching some TV, and he threw out a question and asked me, "Hey, Dad, who were the first people in America?" And I was like, funny you ask that. Did you guys talk about this in school today or something? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh. I said, did your teacher talk to you guys about Christopher Columbus? And he was like, no, who's that? And I said, oh, well, let me tell you. So I said, the first people here in America were Native Americans. They were the indigenous people that had been here for as long as anyone knows. And they were the first people here. Now, with Christopher Columbus, I'm almost positive he got his ships from Spain and set out to find the New World. And I told my son, he ended up sailing across the Atlantic Ocean because that's the ocean in between, Europe, Spain area, and the United States, Central America, and South America, North America. And he sailed across the ocean in a crazy, crazy journey that, from documentations hadn't been done before. A lot of people speculated him and whatnot, but he made it. He found an island in the Caribbean. And from there, he sailed back and told the people of Europe and Spain and whatnot, he found the New World. Now, for the longest time, I remember growing up, we celebrated Columbus Day as, this great person that founded Americas, and that's how we're here today. Now, over the years, as I got older and older, probably within the last 5 to 10 years, the real truth has come out about what happened with Christopher Columbus. And unfortunately, it's pretty horrific. So, again, I asked my son, do you know anything? Have any of your teachers ever talked to you about Christopher Columbus? And today, you guys didn't talk about Christopher Columbus at all at school? And he's like, no. So, I took a minute to think about what I was going to tell my son, as he's only 7 years old. However, my son is quite responsible, quite mature for his age. And as a dad, there's been a lot of questions that have come up and different things. And my biggest thought is, I expect my kids to be truthful with me. So therefore, I need to be truthful with them. And yeah, I'm not going to give them the blood, gore, and guts of everything. I'm going to give them the PG-13, type of scenario. But I need to be honest with my kids and let them know. And one thing that I'm really finding out, and what we're seeing and everything with school systems and education, there's a lot that they don't tell our kids that they should. They tell our kids a lot of things that I'm like, why are we talking about that? Especially now with certain things getting implemented into the education system that me personally, I'm not a big fan of. Again, whatever your thoughts are, completely respected. It's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to get into all those different things right now. But as far as Christopher Columbus, I remember what I was taught about, and I was taught that he was this awesome person that founded the Americas. They never told us about all the people that he slaughtered in the mass genocide that went down when he found the Americas. The amount of slaves that he captured and the stuff that he put some of these people through and the way that he destroyed this land. And now, not only that, it was the first opportunity for now the rest of Europe to start coming over here. So I explained to my son, my son knows a little bit about World War II, knows that there were Nazis, and knows that they were very bad. Haven't really explained the bad stuff that they did. I just told him that they were the bad guys, and they were a lot like Thanos from Marvel. So he was like, because we've seen all the Marvel movies, and he's like, okay, Thanos is a bad dude. He just wanted to destroy everyone. And I said, okay, so now you get the picture. They wanted to destroy everyone. So with that, I told him that a lot of these countries, especially, the European countries that were coming over here, wanted to be able to take over this land and call it their own. Unfortunately, though, there were people that were already here that this land belonged to. So it was extremely wrong for these other countries to come over here and put their flag in and say, hey, this is our land now, and anyone that's already living here, you have to do what we say or else we're going to destroy you. My son was like, whoa, that really happened? And I was like, yes. And unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure if they're going to teach our children what actually happened. So I'm realizing and I'm finding myself and I'm taking my own stance on what I'm going to tell my children as far as the real truth. Because right now, we are in a crazy, crazy time where I really do believe that our children need to know the truth. As much as you want to protect them and save them from certain things, look, they're going to come into these different topics and these different things that are going on in the world with you or without you. And if my son or my children are going to hear about these things, I best want them to hear it from me. And I would think that you would too, because things can get jumbled up, they can get the wrong information, and that can really send them down the wrong road. So to save them a lot of trouble and allow them to really understand what's going on, it's better, I've found, that if it comes from me. So I started talking to him more about, when England came over and settled here in the Americas, and, this is why we have Thanksgiving coming up, supposedly, because they ended up having a meal with the Indians. The Indians, the Native Americans taught, the English and stuff, the settlers that came over, how to be able to live here, grow food, and survive, really, because we're in a totally different climate, a new world to them. However, there's been our native and indigenous people that have been all throughout the Americas for as long as time that, we can even tell. We don't even know how long they've really been here, or maybe some of you do, I don't. But, they've been in here for a very long time. They've been living, they've been prospering, and they've been having a wonderful life before, Europeans, England, and all this stuff came over here. So I explained to them what ended up happening. And we can still see this stuff going on in our world today, is that people get greedy. They want to take advantage of other people that aren't as smart or aren't as knowledgeable as them, and take profits and take their land and take their money and take their assets and take all their things for themselves. They play tricks and games to be able to allow you to give up your freedom, your property, your assets, your things, your belongings, thinking that you might get something else or there's going to be a better thing coming. And really, there's nothing. They're taking advantage of you, taking all your stuff, and leaving you to basically see what happens, whether you survive or you don't survive. And so, again, I explained these things in a much more PG-13 manner for my son. But at the end of the day, there's not much that you can really, say. I tried to use, the example of Thanos with coming in and destroying, planets and taking over worlds and stuff like that, to the same thing as what the Europeans, the Spaniards did, and all these different things with the Americas. And from there, he was like, whoa, that's really messed up. And I said, yeah, it is. And myself, my family, half my family being from Guam, Pacific Islanders, it happened to them as well, through World War II, through when we took over Hawaii. There's a lot of really messed up stuff on how our world kind of became to how it is and the people in charge. Now, I personally see a lot more of this going on. Granted, it's in a lot of different ways. So by allowing my son to be aware of the basics of what happened, it's allowing him to be aware of what is happening now. To start putting the puzzle pieces together, if he starts to see or feel uncomfortable about a certain thing that's going on or something that's told to him, he can always come back and ask me and trust me that I'm going to give him the right and true information on that topic or whatever is going on. So again, my whole point here is that, schools aren't always going to teach our children the correct thing. They're not sometimes not even going to go into that topic or subject because it's controversial, or they don't want to look bad by saying these different things. So it comes down to us on really telling our children the truth, explaining to them the history or the rights and wrongs of what's gone on over time, so that they hopefully get the bigger picture, so that they can understand that they don't want those things to happen anymore. They want to be able to be free, to love every single person just like they would love their brother, their sister, or their mom or dad or themselves. And instilling those moral beliefs now so that we can actually stop all the craziness, all the racism, all of the different greed, and all the different bad stuff that's been going on in the world for so long. Us as parents have the opportunity to change that, to change our children's future, and to change the way that they look at the world so they can make the best decisions, not only for themselves, but for their friends, their family, and for our world, the planet as itself. All right, so take time to explain things with your children. Ask them if they have questions about things. And take time to be able to have these conversations with them, because at the end of the day, they're going to love you, they're going to trust you, they're going to respect you for you giving them this knowledge and helping them understand what the truth actually is. All right, I hope you guys found some value in this. Please hit that like button, subscribe. Those are the ways that you can support us. Share these videos with any other family friends that you know have children or that are parents and that you know could use some help and some guidance or some, different examples or thoughts on some of these topics. And again, leave a comment below if you didn't like it, if I got some of the information wrong, or if you liked it. All right, let me know. I want your feedback. If I don't get your feedback, I don't know what to do next or how to change things. So please give me your feedback, whether it's good or bad. And if you'd like to be on this show to talk about some of the topics that we talk about, send me a direct message. All right, reach out. I'd love to be able to talk about any other, families, dads from all around the world, hear your story, hear your views, and we can learn together and grow. All right, other than that, hope you have a fantastic day. All right, again, please smash that like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.